Welcome back. We're on the way to the FN America manufacturing facility today in Columbia, South Carolina, and we're getting ready to get a tour from them. We linked up with them at SHOT Show this past year, 2025. Made some connections with them so that way we could try to come out and tour their facility and see what their manufacturing plant looks like, and then also hopefully have a chance to shoot some of the new weapon systems that they've been building over the past few years. So they're a big manufacturing company. They actually supplied the U.S. military with a lot of armaments over the years and have been in the firearms industry for a very long time, and they built some very good platforms. So I'm looking forward to seeing what kind of a setup they got out there and hopefully getting to shoot some of the cool guns that they've got. So we should be there in like 2 minutes. Welcome to FN.
Welcome. So this is the barrel shop. We're going to start at the display case first.
And you said stay inside of these yellow lines at all times.
Yeah,
right?
We're going to stay inside of the yellow lines.
All right.
So as you can see here, this is just a small sample of all of the different barrels we can manufacture.
Okay.
So we can manufacture pistol calipers all the way up to intermediate large calipers, as you can see there with the Mark 19 4mm grenade launcher. We have basically two types of rifling processes here. We have the button broach, and we also have the hammer forward. So both processes are really highly precise, good processes. The button process is a little quicker than the hammer forge. In my opinion, the hammer forge is a much better process just because of the lands and grooves. You have less defects inside of the bore.
Now when you say hammer forge, is that done manually with a person with a hammer? Yeah. Okay, no, it's still machined.
Yeah.
It's a CNC, if you will. So it's basically, and we'll explain the process a little better once we get in there.
Okay.
But essentially you're taking the blank and you've got the mandrel right here, which is being pushed in, and it's being pushed in at very precision, and it's being hammered, not like you would think, but mechanical hammers, if you will. Basically cold forming the rifling around the blank. So the blank will actually decrease in diameter size and increase in length by the time it's done.
Correct.
Okay. The higher quality barrels are usually called cold hammer forged barrels?
Right. Absolutely. Yeah. So right now the M134 barrels, we are hammer forging them. As you can imagine with the Gal 21s, the mini-me's, they see a high rate of sustained fire.
Yeah.
And so the customer actually prefers that we hammer forge, especially for anything that's going to be belt-fed operated.
Yeah, because it's going to be constant rounds going through, so it needs to be precise and it needs to like not blow the barrel out like after a short amount of time.
Exactly. So you take one of these 240s, the standard barrel life is 15,000 rounds. We've seen barrels go all the way up to 25,000 rounds without having to be replaced.
No kidding.
Yep.
The M240 lightweight, and then where's the regular weight M240 barrel?
Yeah, up here.
Right there.
This one?
Yep.
What's really the difference? Do they both last around the same amount of time?
They do. So everything is still the same. Really the biggest difference is the OD and the length. So that's really the biggest difference on that one. You can see it here between this one. You can see that we did a lot more machining around this gas block area on the lightweight versus the standard.
Well, even the gas block, only that's the correct gas block. That's an old design gas block.
Yeah.
The newer ones are on this gas block. On the lightweight, it's got a lot more.
Even more.
Are these being fielded to like the Army and the Marine Corps right now?
Yep. Yeah. So the Bravo and the Lima are two of the top guns we sell.
Okay.
And both of those are specifically for infantry, and we sell both of them, a lot of them. So,
so they are getting the lightweight. I know guys appreciate lighter weight stuff as long as it's durable.
Absolutely, 100%. Yep. Yeah. Agreed.
Okay.
One of the things that you're going to hear us talk about a good bit today is quality at the source. And what that means is we want to make sure we're inspecting our products before we start machining. Okay. So before we do anything with drilling the hole for the bore, rifling, turning, we're going to inspect the material cert.
Okay.
So I was talking about distributors we use before we receive the material. They're awesome. But we also want to make sure that what they send us is what we want.
Sure.
We want to make sure that the steel we're producing in our barrels is actually the steel that's labeled on the TDP. It's the technical drawing package.
Okay.
It has all of the technical details so that you can turn this into a 240 barrel or whatever you're trying to build.
Yeah.
So that's one of the first steps we do. We take it through a quality process. Brian team, they're responsible to make sure the cert is what the cert needs to be.
What kind of machine do you run through to check the hardness of it?
So we have a Rockwell C hardness tester that we can show you later on.
We can test all different types of hardness. We can do A, B, C. Basically, we use C the most because it's the most friendly for us.
Well, it's almost with one of the more universal. So
yeah,
Rockwell either A, B, or C scales, but normally C. And there's other ways you can do it that are more destructive. But basically what we'll do is we'll prep the surface, put it in the thing. We'll take it basically like an indent, if you will, with a certain load amount on there, and it's going to basically report a value back of a Rockwell C hardener.
So another tool that we have at our disposal is we have what we call a MET lab, right? So in the event we are suspicious of the material we're machining, let's say that the material isn't machining like we're accustomed to because we're seeing a shortage in tool life. Well, Brian and his team, they have the ability to section the parts, and they can get really intimate with the material itself by looking at the microstructure to be able to make certain determinations on whether or not we're actually machining what we purchase.
Okay. Right. So. Yeah, there's certain, like phosphorus is a good one that you get too much, too little, it can impact the machinability of the product.
Too much phosphorus?
Yeah.
Okay.
We also have the Cadia Hone. Cadia Hone is very, very important because we want to make sure whatever we're introducing to surface finish for the chrome as smooth as it possibly can, because the chrome is going to follow the contour of the bore. So we want to make sure that we have no defects in the barrel. That is one of our niches, and that's one of the things that we do really, really well, is we make sure we inspect before chrome, before phosphate, to ensure we got a high quality barrel.
Because the barrels are lined with chrome.
Yes.
Is that correct?
Yeah.
Extremely fast process.
Yeah.
Okay.
All of our M4, M16 barrels, a lot of our commercial AR barrels, they go through this process. Now we do have the option to run those same barrels on the commercial line and hammer forge them as well. So when I first started here back in the 2000s, we were building approximately 11,000 M16 M4 a month.
Well, here it looks like a 240 barrel.
Definitely a 240.
Yeah, that's what it looks like going in before the hammer forge operation.
Gotcha.
So you can also see there's a lot of different prep work that has to be done, because obviously you saw the blanks over there.
Yeah.
The drill and ream process and honing process does not do all this stuff. So the cone, little prep work that has to be done, this diameter has to be very precise for the hammer forging operation. Once it's done, it comes out like this.
So it comes out longer and thinner.
Yeah.
And you're just ramming it through a smaller hole.
So what you're doing on the hammer forge is a little bit different than the button broach process. So you have here this piece and the roller. The roller is going to roll around this piece here, and you're going to have these hammers coming in contact with this piece here against the roller, and it's basically going to be hammering it. And so what you're doing is you're displacing material, and it's going to get longer.
Yeah, okay. So you'll have the mandrel will be in there, right? There's a rod at the same time as pushing that, have another rod.
Yep.
And as it's beating on it, it's slowly
pushing it in.
Pushing it through.
Yep.
So that way as it goes through, it's just beating the crap out.
Yeah.
It doesn't work.
Yeah.
So.
And this is the 5.56 barrel before?
Yep.
And after.
Blades and after. Yep.
Interesting.
And this is probably being used on the 249 saw.
And also what we'll do is obviously we'll cut back like an inch here and an inch there, right? So.
Yeah.
There's like probably 15 other processes that have to happen before it gets there.
Absolutely.
This is just the very beginning.
Yep.
So, yeah, so it starts like this whole process for hammer forging. If it's military, it's going to start over here.
Yep.
After it runs through Cadia Hone, then it's got to go through several other operations to get prepped.
Yeah.
Just so it can make it onto the hammer forging.
Yeah.
Machine.
16 barrels by the look of it, right?
Yeah, this is probably for our commercial version, because right now we don't have any M16 in production.
Now, are all of the buttstocks the same, or do you guys have different variations that you can make depending on like?
So
what
really, there's two. You have the adjustable buttstock, but you also have the fix. And the fix is more of the old style, and really that's kind of been phased out, and everything now is the adjustable. Same for the bipod. Previously you had the fixed bipod, but now you have the adjustable bipod as well. Something else to note here is there is a lot of workmanship that goes into building the 240. And one of the things that's really unique and cool about it is there's a lot of match fitting going on. There's a lot of craftsmanship with high precision tolerances involved, but at the end of the line, everything's interchangeable. We have to go through government interchangeability tests, and we do that basically on a monthly basis, and it's very successful for us. And so one of the things that another niche for us is we really know 240s. Everything you see here is what we manufacture on the floor. Something else that's really important to note, all of our key, highly complex parts, think of the 240. So you got the front block, the receiver, the bottom plate, the piston rod extension, all of those key critical elements are manufactured and machined here.
This is what a top cover starts out like. And then the top cover looks like this.
Build a material that we have to hog out. It's a lot.
Are you able to reuse any of that?
Oh yeah, we recycle all of it.
That's cool.
Scar family over here. We now have the Scar 15, 16s we've had for a while, the 17S and the 20S.
17 is exclusively 7/16 5.62 or 6.5.
6.5.
Correct.
Yeah.
And then 16 is always a 5.56.
And the 20S is more of your long range.
It's an SSR, so sniper support rifle.
Correct.
So like 308 or something?
Yeah,
It is 308.
Or Creedmoor. If you want to run
Or
the 6.5,
Creedmoor?
yeah, you can run the 6.5.
So that is the old bipod.
That's the old one.
Yeah, that's the old one.
That's the only one I've ever seen.
And the old buttstock. So the
Yeah.
new one is adjustable.
Oh, okay.
Same for the buttstock.
I've seen the other buttstocks. We just started getting them before I left the infantry, but those were the ones that we had for most of my time.
Yeah.
And we still sell this exact flavor to some customers.
Yeah.
But the majority, they want the adjustable buttstock and adjustable bipod. 249 saws. So we are under contract right now producing 249 saws for the government. Has also evolved. We have an adjustable buttstock and an adjustable bipod for this one as well.
Okay.
Yeah. Also, what you don't see here is the Mark 46, which is essentially very, very similar to the M249, with probably the biggest change being there's no magazine well, so it's belt fed only. Then we also have the Mark 48, which is the big brother, 2762.
It's still smaller in length than
Yeah.
the 240?
Yeah, you can carry it. It's a portable unit, right? The Mark 46, Mark 48, we offer those in the Mod 2 configuration, which comes with an improved buttstock, an improved bipod, and it also has new upgraded rail system. Just some of our commercial pistols.
Oh, nice.
We have a lot more flavors that we're going to add to this display case as well.
You have a lot of other various different types of pistols that you don't have displayed up here?
Correct.
You can see them when we get to the room up there.
Yeah.
You'll be
Gotcha.
able to put your hands on.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah, sounds good.
You remember you were asking about that?
Oh yeah, that's the
Yeah.
FN15.
Yep.
Okay, gotcha,
This
gotcha.
is our commercial version.
Okay, it basically looks just like an M16, the
Yep.
top one, and that basically looks like an M4. They just don't fire burst.
Correct.
That's all. Okay.
Semi-auto only. Now this 77-pound beast is.
Oh yeah, 77 pounds.
Yeah.
Imagine hiking with that thing.
Oh man, I'm telling you.
I like how they have the, here, get a shot of this, the maximum, minimum, all that stuff. That's cool.
We made the Bowden house, the barrel.
There's a lot of information. It's been really cool being able to like see kind of like from cradle to grave how these things process. And first off, I didn't know that 240s were made here until recently, so that's been really cool.
So there is another area that unfortunately due to time we didn't get to take you, but we do have a weld area here where we weld the 249, Mark 46, the 48s, the receivers.
Yeah.
And in theory, if we wanted to, we can also do the Mark 19s.
Okay.
So we have that area. Adjacent to that area is another area we do specifically for our 249 build. Mark
yeah.
46, 48s. So it's all in that location.
It's definitely a very elaborate facility.
Yeah.
You
Thank
know, it's a well-oiled machine by the way that it looks, for sure.
We have a fantastic workforce. We have a lot of people who have been here for a long time.
Yeah. You said you've been here for 18 years?
18 years. We have folks that have been here for 30 and 40 years.
FN Herstal. What's the difference between FN Herstal
Belgium.
and
So the
Browning?
M2s and M3s are currently made, the GAL 21s are currently made in Belgium for the US government.
In Belgium. Interesting.
X45 tactical. People love that gun. So
Yeah.
it's a good one.
Your FN collection is not complete without.
No,
Yeah, you
it's
gotta have that.
It's a great shooter.
Big bore.
Yeah, the big bore. Yeah, we used to have one in here, but I don't think it's.
You guys make suppressors too?
We do. Yeah.
Oh wow. Where I learned that this gun existed, but they're freaking sweet. It's a very unusual gun, like loading and everything. Like the magazine being up top is super weird, but it's still pretty cool though. I mean, you know, I shot one once in Texas not too long ago. I haven't shot. What's the caliber that the Mark 48's firing?
So this is the big brother to the Mark 46, 7.62.
Okay.
Yep.
Mark 48.
8. Mod
And
2.
Mod 2, and you.
Well, this is a Mod 0, but the newest one is the Mod 2s.
Okay, and this has been discontinued. This particular.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Who was buying these? Everybody was just.
SOCOM.
SOCOM. Okay, makes sense. And then this right here. What was this?
This is the Mark 46. So this
Okay.
is just the 5.56 of this.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So we just got done touring the FN America manufacturing facility in Columbia, South Carolina. We are about to go to a range that they have out here to test fire some of the different weapons that they've got. Some of the newer ones, some of the not newer ones. Should be really fun. They're gonna have some pistols out there, some rifles, and they've got some instructors out there that can tell us a little bit more about the performance and some of the specifications for each of the platforms that they have. So that should be a really cool experience. So we just got done eating some lunch there at the facility, and now we're about 5 minutes away from the range now. So should be fun. All right. So here at the Champion Defense Shooting Complex here, not sure where this is, but it's in the middle of nowhere. It's near Columbia, so where we're gonna test fire some of these weapons, and looks like we're probably going up there, more than likely. It's a nice area out in the middle of nowhere, so plenty of space. Should be fun.
We've got kind of a, I guess kind of a smorgasbord, or kind of just a selection of a lot of different pistols that we have. If you want to walk around over here, we'll kind of show you what all we have going on today. So we have a couple of suppressed pistols. So we've been going after, not only, we've had tactical threaded barrel pistols for a very long time, but we've recently, probably within the last 2 years, been in pistol suppressors. So we have the 502 Tactical with our Catch 22 TI suppressor on it. Super fun.
What is this called? The
545.
545, makes sense because it's 45.
And then we have our 5.7.
Okay.
And we have our Reflex, which is our concealed carry pistol. So very small, also chambered 9mm. And then lastly, we have our steel frame high power.
This 509 Tactical, pretty cool. Looks like they got a loophole on top there. These come standard with the magazine well, as long as can you get an extended mag well?
There's aftermarket mag wells that are available. The one thing you'll know about the 509 Tactical is it's going to ship with tall night sights that allow you to co-witness to your red dot optic.
Oh, you're talking about this right here?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
So it's going to come with the tall night sight, so you can, whenever you go, and the Delta Point Pro is a tall deck height. We designed basically the slide cut around the Delta Point Pro, which is kind of the biggest optic that's out there in the market. And so the Tactical comes with tall night sights, our low profile optics mounting system, and it'll ship with a 17 and a 24 round magazine.
Well, let's give it a shot. Oh man, it's kicking back a little bit of.
Is it?
A little bit of grease. That's all right. Okay, that's cool.
Let's try the 502 on for size.
Okay.
Let's take a couple steps forward.
Yeah. Okay, so this is 22 long rifle.
Yeah, it's basically a scaled down version of the 509, basically like a trainer.
There you go. Okay, let's see if we can hit one of these. That's very quiet.
Yeah.
That's like completely quiet. That's pretty cool, man. That's fun. You could shoot a crap ton out of that thing and just and it'd be cheap. Oh, wow. Nice, okay. I don't know why, but that seems like a really high front sight post almost.
It's because of the optics mounting system is why it's like that. So equal height, equal light.
Yeah.
There you go.
Let's see if we can. Okay, let me just hit.
One of the nice things about our tactical pistols too is we're known for like high capacity. So the 545, you know, it's 15 rounds of 45 ACP, which is kind of unheard
Oh, this is a 45.
Yeah, this is 45.
I was wondering, I was like, there's a lot more kick than a 9mm for this. I was okay, that makes a lot more sense.
There you go. This is our very tiny, very thin concealed carry pistol. It's what I carry every day. But basically, what we'll do is we'll shoot the 15 round magazines. We have 11 round magazine that's got like a pinky, but since we're out here on the range and we're not, you know, having to conceal it, we'll do this today.
Cool. That is a little, man, that is a little, see how small that is compared to my meat mitts?
Yeah.
There you go. Jesus. Well, and I noticed, like, if you're even off, even slightly at all, like, it'll totally throw the whole thing up. How far away do you think this is? Like 15 meters, maybe?
Yeah, maybe.
Maybe, yeah. It's still cool, though. I mean, it's just small, it's little. This thing is tiny. There you go.
This is our proprietary round. It's the 5.7x28. It was developed in the late 80s, early 90s in response to a NATO request for essentially a round that could be used in a pistol and a PDW. So the round we're shooting today is our SS-195. It's a lead-free kind of target round.
Okay.
But we're going to shoot it in the 5.7 MRD that we have a red dot on, and we also have a PS90 as well. One of the things you'll notice too is that it's a very small bullet and it comes out very, very fast. So it's got a lot of speed behind it, but it doesn't have a lot of recoil. Actually, just a lot of fun to shoot. It's very controllable, which is kind of one of the hallmarks of the 5.7 round. So
yeah,
good out range, and let's I'll take that.
Okay. Let's see. Yeah, there you go.
It just seems like it keeps shooting forever, doesn't it?
Yeah, and this optic was right on point with it too. This one felt very easy to maintain control of. Like, I could deviate a little bit and it wasn't really that bad, you know? That's really cool.
The last one we have is the new FN High Power. So we released this in 2022. Essentially reimagined version of the original High Power that was designed by John Moses Browning and finished by his predecessor Dudney Sav in 1935. So basically this has been completely re-engineered for basically manufacturability by today's standards with today's equipment. We've also done a lot of improvements over the original High Power. So one of the innovative things about the High Power pistol was the first double stack magazine.
Okay.
So basically it was the first pistol that had a double stack magazine.
In 1935?
In 1935.
Okay.
So that's kind of like some of the innovation of our company. When it originally came out, it was basically, I believe the military requirement was that we needed to have at least 10 rounds. Because they went through and did this double stack magazine, they were able to get 13 rounds in a pistol about this size, which at the time was unheard of.
There you go. Well, I got it with the last one at least. That's cool, man. That's not that much of a kick. It's just 9 mil, so it's kind of easy to shoot.
The steel frame, it changes the balance and the dynamics of the pistol a little bit.
Yeah.
I feel like it helped absorb a lot of the recoil.
Yeah.
It's one of those things, it's a heavier pistol compared to polymer frame guns,
yeah,
but like it's a kitty cat to shoot. It's very, very easy to shoot, just very easy to control.
Yeah, no, I like it. It's definitely nice.
The way this thing works is when you go to like push around in, it turns 90 degrees.
Okay.
So the way this magazine design works is that, so when you push down, when you push around in, basically a turntable in here that reorients the magazine or the bolt ammunition 90 degrees, and that way you can get up to 50 rounds. I'll see if I can demonstrate this to show you. So push in, you see it kind of turn out of the way. You just slide another round in.
Oh, okay, so you have to do it exactly like that, right in that little groove it's got there for it.
Yeah. It kind of disappears when you push down. I'm trying to do it slow, but it just, you getting that?
Yeah, yeah.
So that's basically the way it works. I'll show you kind of the manual of arms, and then I'll unload it and let you load it. Is that okay?
Yeah, 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 sure.
So to check the chamber's empty, you have to kind of lock the bolt back, and then there's this trap door that you push up underneath that holds the bolt back, and there you can kind of see the chamber's empty.
Yep. Okay.
Got it? So the way this thing works is that what you'll do is you'll load a magazine in, and then you'll just slap it down, and then when you do that, all you'll do is you'll take and you grab the charging handle and then let the bolt go closed.
Okay, so that's the bolt back there.
Yeah, when you get done shooting, you'll remove the magazine, and basically there's these little buttons on either side. You remove the magazine, you stick the magazine in your back pocket, and then what I do is I take with my left hand, I grab the bolt handle like this, and then I hold it on the frame up here.
Okay.
And I take my other hand and then push that door.
There's a door down there.
Yeah.
Okay, I see. Yeah, you push it upwards and it locks it. Okay.
Yep, and then it locks it, and then you can release it, and there's like a little lip right there that holds the bolt back, and that way you can see the chamber's empty.
How do you release the bolt?
So how you release the bolt is...
Oh, you just pull the charging handle back and it'll, okay.
Yep. So we don't have an optic or anything like that on here, but I did want to demonstrate to you, there are 3 aiming devices on this, you know, basically PDW.
Yeah.
So the first one is there's a little peep down here that goes to a front sight, so that's the first one.
Okay.
And then you have 2 backup sights that are on here. One on this side, it has a front blade up here and a notch back here.
Okay.
And then if you're left-handed or wrong-handed, you have another one that's on the exact opposite side.
Okay.
So if, you know, that's the kind of the neat thing, innovative thing about the PS90 is that, you know, if something happens to, if you put like a scope or a red dot or something like that on here, and it goes out for one reason or another, it gets damaged or the glass gets cracked, you've got basically three backup sighting systems on this platform.
I would imagine it'd be kind of a lengthy process, like zeroing an optic to the rifle, like bore sighting an optic up there, since it's so high compared to the actual.
That is one of the challenges with the platform, but you know, there are ways you can do to get around it. There's aftermarket like kind of sight mounts and things like that. They kind of get it a little bit lower, but
okay.
This is basically the configuration, how it comes from the factory.
Oh, gotcha. Okay, so you could always like find some aftermarket stuff to mount to.
Yeah,
put an optic on there.
exactly. So
makes sense.
You want me to show you how to shoot it, or do you want to try it?
I'll try it.
Okay, let's do it. Take notice of the sight. It's kind of hard to see, so you might have to use probably the backup there. There you go. First shot, look at you.
First shot, let's go. That's actually pretty accurate.
Oh yeah.
Like I was just using this one sight the whole time, no issues.
Yeah.
That's wild, man.
Scott Velarde. I'm the law enforcement product manager, and I handle a lot of the long guns. So what we have today are two examples of our long gun product. One is our M16 collectors. So it's a collector's edition because it is near clone of the M16A4, including the auto marking, but it's semi-auto.
Okay.
Semi-auto, right. So the markings are correct. You see it's got the, actually, if you carried this one overseas or when you're in service, that was the logo that was on it.
Oh yeah. So if it's unsafe, pull the trigger, doesn't fire.
Right.
Pull it on fire, should hear a click.
Right.
Should feel a thunk. Okay. You're checking to see if it's unsafe. You pull the trigger, nothing should happen. Put it on fire, should fire. And then you should feel a click.
Reset.
You feel a click, it reset. And then if you could put it on burst and then you charge it 3 times and then you should release, or you should pull it, it should fire, then you release, it should thunk. But yeah, interesting.
The other gun we have is the Scar Heavy, the Scar 17S. I'm not gonna say it's a collector's gun, but it's very similar to the Scar Heavy carried by SOCOM forces.
Yeah.
This is the 7.62 version, the heavy version. This is the updated gun, so this has the non-reciprocating charging handle. All the same features, side charger, magazine release, just like the AR, very similar.
And this is the one that civilians can purchase.
That is correct.
Okay, let's start with the classics.
All right.
Classics first.
Let's get over here. All right, you're ready.
Let's see if I can hit anything.
That's close.
I feel like I gotta be really close to that one.
There it is. Got it.
Is that one?
Yep.
Jesus Christ, man. That's still cool, man. Oh, I can see where you're aiming now.
Oh, that was
really close. See if you can get a shot of that. Look at the size of those rounds. That's kind of cool. I like it to be a little bit longer. Okay.
Oh,
Hit.
yeah.
That was good.
Yeah.
That was good. This thing's got a lot more kick than the M16, I'll tell you. Got it.
Hit. There we go.
That's pretty much it. We just finished touring the FN America manufacturing facility in Columbia, South Carolina. Then we came over here and got to shoot some of the FN weapons, a whole bunch of the different pistols that they have. And then we got to come over here and shoot the Scar 17 and then also M16, the collector's edition. I want to thank you guys for allowing us to come out here and helping us do this today and facilitating what an awesome experience. Not only getting to tour the manufacturing facility, because most people don't get to do that, you know, so that was awesome. And then being able to come out here and shoot all these different weapon systems and these different platforms is super cool. So I appreciate your guys' time. I appreciate you guys taking the time out of your day to come here and do this and help us see all this cool stuff that you guys have and the awesome work you guys are doing. Check them out. Obviously, FN America. FN's been around for 135 years. Anyway, I appreciate you guys. Thank you so much. Thanks for watching the video. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Let me know what you think about the video in the comment section below, and we'll see you in the next video.